So as you can see by the title, this video is about dating stuff. And while I'm talking, I'm going to paint my face only just because I just feel like playing in makeup today. Chapstick, because as you know, my lips are always dry. And I don't know why I don't do this before I come on camera. So, I am insane, and I'm going to tell you why. I was on Plenty of Fish off and on, maybe off and on for, what is this, 2020 now? Off and on for 5 years. The last time I was on it was like 2 years ago. I recently just created a new profile on there. And yes, I'm still on OkCupid, and I'm just like, nobody wants to actually meet. So I'm just like, I'm not here for pen pals. But anyway, so I say it's insane because the definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And so that's why I say it's insane that I'm back on Plenty of Fish. And I think what drew me back to it is that at least people do talk to you. And I have met people on there, it just never really worked out. But that's of no fault of their own because, you know, people are who they are. So I created a new profile on there. And of course, people are sending me messages. And I do read people's profiles. And I have my settings set to where only someone with pictures can message me because I feel like, you know, if you're seeing my pictures and, you know, I'm filling out information, you know, I want the person to do the same, or at least to have the same, or have something other than ask me. I'm an open book. I'm like, what is that? You know, just say something. And so anyway, I got a message, well, quite a few, but the one in particular, and actually printed it out so I could read it to you. I was called fake, and I'm just like, really, dude? Like, are you talking about me or yourself? So, but this is the conversation. And I know this is really weird, like doing makeup and trying to read at the same time when I'm not good at doing makeup and talking at all anyway at the same time. But he wrote, "Hello, sunshine, how are you doing?" That was on the 11th. Today is the 13th. So this all just happened in the last couple of days. And so, well, first let me read you his about me. "Hello there, hate these dating sites. Would like to find a, quote, normal real person, end quote. I am a secure person both financially and in life itself. Would like someone to meet and share the good things that are always out there." Okay, so he wrote me first, "Hello, sunshine, how are you doing?" I wrote back, "I'm doing okay. I hate dating apps too." He writes back, "Okay, but why?" And I wrote back, "I probably hate dating sites for the same reason you do. Why do you dislike them?" And then I wrote, and then he wrote, "Well, I'm here to see if I can find a soulmate." I wrote back, Did you forget you had that written in your profile? Why do you hate dating apps?" He wrote back, "Fake profile." And I literally just bust out laughing, like, really? And so I wrote back, "LOL, fake profile, because I asked you a question that you didn't answer, or are you saying your profile is fake?" And I was still laughing about it like 5 minutes later. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna let him know that he brightened up my day. I had about 4 hours of sleep. I got up way earlier than usual to take my car in for routine maintenance and to get my brakes checked. Because last time I went in for oil change, they said next time you might want to get your brakes checked. So, okay, so I had them look at my brakes, and my front driver's side tire was leaking air, and I was putting air in it like every 2 to 3 days, and so I had them check that. So anyway, so I had a really long day. I picked up SaladWorks on the way home. It was a long day. I was tired. And so then I went back and I wrote him again. "Before I go for good, I'm guessing you'll block or delete me after this. I want to thank you for making me laugh today. I got up earlier than usual to have routine maintenance done on my vehicle and then ran a lot of errands. I'm exhausted and hungry. I got back home and checked my POF messages and saw yours. It really did make me laugh. Thank you for brightening my day. Take care." And I put my name. And so I'm like, really? Like, fake profile. Okay, so as I thought about it, I'm like, maybe I do come across as a fake profile. And I say that because the other day I was watching a video here on YouTube by, it's either Bright Side or The Bright Side. And it was talking about how do you know when you're talking to a bot, or if the profile you're looking at is a bot, when somebody messages you, like on any type of app, right? So one of the things they were saying was like, programmers program the bot things to pick up on keywords, and regardless of what you say, they just keep going back to that same thing. And if you ask them a question, because it's programmed a certain way, it doesn't recognize questions, and they wouldn't answer you as a person would. And so then I thought, okay, when I said I hate dating apps, and he said, why? And then I wrote again, like, well, why do you hate dating apps? Even after he mentioned he's looking for a soulmate. And I'm like, okay, so why do you hate dating apps? And so I'm thinking, maybe that's why it seemed like that. And then for me to say, did you forget what you've written? Why do you hate profile dating apps? So I'm like, maybe that sounded kind of bottish because I just stayed on that one particular topic. I'm guessing, like, I don't know. And I just thought it was hilarious though, because I know I'm not a bot, and I know my profile's now fake. But then it's like, what does he mean by fake profile? That he thinks I'm a bot, or that he just thinks I'm just not sincere, or like, I don't even really know what that means. I just know that it really made me laugh, and I'm like, I'm gonna come on here and just share that, this little tidbit of my day, and playing makeup as I do so. But it's just really crazy. And also, I have on there, you know, I am looking for a localist partner, and the lowest mileage you can set, and it actually presets on 75 miles. And so I left it at that, but then I put, I will likely not respond if you're farther than that, because I'm getting messages from California, Kansas, upstate New York, and I'm just like, what? How is that going to work? This one guy messaged me, he's in California, and so I asked him, like, well, what are you looking for? And he's like, oh, I'm looking for a relationship, I'm looking for somebody I can grow with, blah blah blah. And so I said, well, you're on the other coast, and so like, how do you envision this working? And then like, people are wanting to talk, and I'm just like, I'm a face-to-face person, and I've learned the hard way not to get into, you know, just chatting online, like, because people just chat, they just want pen pals, and I'm like, I'm not looking for a pen pal. And he's like, oh, well, you know, I would fly anywhere. No, he was from Kansas. This one was from Kansas. And what when I wrote about, when I messaged him back about, you know, I'm trying to look for, as my profile says, you know, a local partner, he wrote back, I'm willing to fly anywhere in my state for a lover. And I'm like, what? And so I wrote him back and I said, I'm not looking for, you know, hookups. And he wrote back, well, I'm not looking for hookup either, I'm looking for a relationship. And I wrote him back saying, well, someone being your lover and being in a relationship can be two different things. I said, and also, like, if you mentioned being willing to fly anywhere in your state, like, I'm not even in your state. So how is that going to work? And so I'm just like, nah, and that's why I say it's insane, because it was like this before. And I'm just like, what are these people thinking? And like, does this really work? Like, I don't like, I don't understand. So you're looking for, you're willing to fly anywhere in your state for a lover. I'm not near your state at all. Like, what? I mean, you guys help me out. You know, I am older. Like, am I just delusional that people really want relationships? Or that they really do want something significant? Like, what's the deal? Like, are you guys on dating apps? What have your experiences been on dating apps? it's just crazy. I will say this also. I am supposed to meet someone on Monday. We'll see if it happens or not. I don't even know if I'm really excited about it because I've set up meetings before and like they don't show up or they just don't confirm. And if they don't confirm, I don't show up. I added onto my profile that if they're not local or within, the 75 miles, that I will likely not even reply to their message. Because to me, that's just wasting time because I'm not going to ever see you. So, what's the point in chatting with someone that's, states away and knowing the chances are slim to none that you're ever going to meet in person. And so I also added if they have pets, I will probably not answer because I'll never be able to go to their place because of my allergies and my asthma. My current partner, he has a dog, and luckily I do not have that much of a reaction to his dog. Initially, I didn't have any reaction, but something changed. I don't know if it was the weather or she started shedding more or what. The only time I would have a reaction is when she was wet. But now lately, it does seem like I'm starting to have more of a reaction to her. And so I'm like, I don't want to have to do this again. Well, not again, but in addition to, already having one partner with a pet, because it does really mess with my health. And I want to be comfortable where I go. And I also don't want to create a situation where they can only come here. Because the fact of the matter is even when someone has pets, if they're the type who, they're on their pets a lot, or they're hugging their pets a lot, or, they allow their pet to sleep in their bed with them and sit on the furniture, they're going to have pet hair on their clothes. And that transfers, you know what I mean? And so I'm not going to want someone coming over here and they sit down and I'm just like, you getting fur like all over my stuff. And so, and that could be petty. Let me know if you think that is petty, but it's just certain things I just don't want to have to deal with. And that would be one of those things because I know how I am. And even if you're leaving pet hair here, I'm still going to end up with a reaction. And I don't want to do that. So it is like a health thing for me. And that's something that people don't seem to understand. And so people are still messaging me. And I look on their profile, the most recent one, he has a cat and a dog. And I'm just like, we're not compatible. I'll never be able to come to your place. And also people with pets, when they go places, if it's longer than, like 5 hours or so, they have to get somebody to go to their house and take the pet out, especially if it's a dog. Well, only if it's a dog, because cats don't necessarily need to go out to use the bathroom. But, it's a lot of things that come into play with that. Like, you can't just be like, oh, let's go away for the weekend, because then what are you going to do with your dog? And so, I don't know. And another guy, he was like, oh, can we chat? And I wrote back, I'm more of a face-to-face person. I prefer talking in person. And then he messaged me back, do you have WhatsApp or Kik? And I said, I used to, but I deleted them because I'm not really into chatting on social media or on apps. I prefer to talk face to face. So then he wrote back, well, can you download WhatsApp or Kik? And I'm just like, so I wrote back again. So now we both sound like bots because we're both like saying the same thing over and over. So then I said again, I prefer to talk face to face. I do not have WhatsApp anymore. I do not have Kik anymore. I'm not going to download it because I don't use them that much. And so I have not heard back from him yet. But it's just crazy. I know some people do meet and fall in love, or they meet and have hookups. Well, I guess hookups is whatever. But there are people who meet and have relationships, or at least, get a buddy or something. And I'm just like, I am really curious about what your experiences are, if you've been on apps, if you are on apps. I was on Bumble, which I thought I was going to like it because the woman has to initiate contact. But at the same time, you have to like each other in order to even be able to contact each other. And so I wasn't getting that many hits. And so I don't know. Part of it is, I think, it's just my demographic, like where I live. I am in Delaware. It's not a major city. Like Wilmington is kind of sort of a city, but when people think about, hanging out, people don't want to come to Delaware. If they live in Philadelphia, they're like, oh, come over here. And I don't want to create a situation where I'm the one that's always traveling somewhere. I want them to be able to travel too. And so I don't know. I'm really not excited or optimistic about being on either one of these sites. But, it is what it is. And we will see what happens. So, yeah, what are you guys' ideas about dating apps? Have you had any success on dating apps? So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to my babble. And have you had experience with bots or fake profiles? And what do you think fake is? Like, do you think fake meaning it's a bot, or fake meaning you're not the person who I thought you were going to be? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people be like, oh, she's fake, but it's just because they didn't live up to their expectations. You know what I mean? So I don't even understand when people say that, what fake is in their opinion. But anyway, thank you for watching.